What inspires your choreographic process? Is it the stories? Is it the music or emotions or social themes, right, that actually spark your creativity? Which one is it?
I feel the subject is very important, scripting is important, lyrics is more important, and the music is important. Other things it will just fall in place. If these are things you have a clarity about it.
What are those, or what is that one greatest challenge that young dancers face today?
I recommend every youngsters to go and watch whoever it is. When the senior artists are performing, I think it is compulsory for every child to go and watch that. You just have to practice daily. The daily practice is a must. It's like you should have that fire inside you. Every day you have to practice.
Classical purity along with கொஞ்சம் ஜனரஞ்சகமா எப்படி பண்றது?
In classical, what one has to catch hold of the classicism is we should not forget the fundamentals.
Okay.
That has to be intact. இப்போ contemporary ideas பண்ணலாம், but movements வந்து வேற மாதிரி இருந்ததுன்னா you would not be able to understand what it is, either Bharatanatyam or Kathak. I make sure the ideas and views and the techniques are very strong, that even if they evolve with different ideas, that will be intact.
A very good evening and namaste to all of you present here. It's my pleasure to invite you all to this event done by GTB, our Elements program, which is one of our senior living programs that we have. I have the pleasure of introducing to all of you Srimati Mahalakshmi Ashwin. When they gave me the introduction, I was just telling Ashwin, நீங்கள் இது இவ்வளோ பெருசாக கொடுக்குறீங்களே, எனக்கு இன்டர்வியூ முழுக்க வெறும்னா நான் இன்ட்ரடக்ஷனே பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பேன், பரவாயில்லையா அப்படின்னு I was asking, because she has achieved so much that this evening may not be enough to talk about her achievements. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So let me quickly introduce her to all of you. அது எல்லாத்துலேயும் கண்டென்ஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம எக்ஸாம்க்கு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் எடுப்போம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி I've taken some points, but that actually brings only probably 5% of what she is as a renowned artist, right? She's a renowned Bharatanatyam performer, guru, choreographer and cultural educator, deeply rooted in the traditions of Kalakshetra. A postgraduate alumnus of Kalakshetra, she was nurtured under the watchful eyes of eminent stalwarts such as her aunt, Srimati Krishnaveni Lakshmanan, Professor Jayalakshmi, Srimati Sharada Hoffman, Srimati Ambika Butch, Sri Janardhanan and many others. Beyond her personal artistic pursuits, Srimati Mahalakshmi Ashwin has dedicated herself to the larger cause of cultural preservation and dissemination through Tapas Cultural Foundation, an institution she co-founded in 2006. What began as a humble initiative driven by her desire to contribute meaningfully to the cultural continuity of Bharatavarsha has since evolved into a significant force in the propagation of Bharatiya Sanskriti. Her illustrious career has been adorned with several accolades, and here is where I'm telling you the list is so big. When I first read this introduction, I was like, ஒரு ஆள் இவ்வளோ அவார்டு வாங்கிட்டு நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியாமல் அவங்க பாட்டுக்கு she is doing her service very quietly and silently was something that I was amazed. I think a round of applause to her for having done that. Right? Her accolades include the prestigious National Scholarship for Fine Arts awarded by the Ministry of Human Resources, Government of India. Recognizing her exceptional talent and dedication to the art form, she has received several awards. To name a few, Nrityotama Mayura Natuvamani, Nrityati Natya Sikamani, Lifetime Achievement Award from Bala Natya Manjari Trust and Rotary Excellence Award, Natya Nipuna, Nritya Kala Sagar and many more. Congratulations, ma'am, on all of this.
Thank you so much.
The vision she shares with Tapas Cultural Foundation stands as a beacon of dedication, reminding us that true art is not just about performance, but about offering, about passing on the luminous flame of tradition to future generations with unwavering faith and devotion. I take pleasure in introducing Mrs. Mahalakshmi Ashwin to all of you, with whom we will do a bit of a tete-a-tete, a casual conversation with her to find out about what Bharatanatyam means to her and what does she want to do with the art form by itself, right? Thank you so much for taking time out and doing this for us, ma'am.
Namaste.
Namaste again to all of you. I have a few questions that I've prepared, but I'm probably not going to do full justice to the career that she is, had. So trying to bring out a few things about your journey in the probably next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Thank you.
So your journey in Bharatanatyam spans performance, choreography, and arts leadership. What was that defining moment that actually made you want to go on this path?
Namaskaram to one and all. A very good evening. It's so nice of you all to be here. At the outset, I would like to thank Elements and GTB for arranging this wonderful cultural event during the season. And over to you, the defining moment, is it? Nirupama, it's like, when I started my, I won't say career, my house was parallel to Kalakshetra.
Okay.
Like it's quite perpendicular to it. And just imagine, I was a very notorious kid. I never keep quiet at all. Just to keep me shut, my mother used to take me to Kalakshetra and make me see all the dance dramas.
Okay.
And I've been seeing those stalwarts from my very young age.
Okay.
And I think that is the defining moment for being in this field, and they have instilled by living with the values. They have not made me sit and teach or anything. They have instilled with the values. They have been living with the values. So I think that is the defining moment to be taking this as my profession.
Very hard to imagine her as a notorious kid, right? நீங்களா சொன்னாதான் எங்களுக்கு தெரியும். நீங்க சொல்லாம இருந்தீங்கன்னா எவ்வளோ சாதுவா, எவ்வளோ ஹாப்பியா, எவ்வளோ சமத்தா இருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு தான் ஃபீல் ஆகுது.
இல்ல இது ஆக்சுவலி எங்க அம்மா கிட்ட தான் கேட்கணும்.
I know.
Only in home you'll know.
இல்ல இன்னொருத்தர் இருக்காரு, கேட்டா நிறைய சொல்லுவேன். But again, something that we should note, right? As people who are parenting, right, whether our own children or our nieces, nephews, whoever, right, we should take into consideration the fact that her parents or her mom did not instill the value by putting it into her. Rather, they lived the value and they led by example, and she saw that and grew up. And I think that's a great thing. Kudos to your parents, right, for having instilled this value system in you. So coming to your training, now that you've joined, let's say, Kalakshetra, coming to your training, how has your training and the influence of your gurus shaped your approach to both performance and you teach, right? How has it influenced your teaching?
Well, being in Kalakshetra and seeing the stalwarts, they have made me think that the art is something beyond what you think of, And whenever I see them as Rama, Lakshmana and Sita. It's not the character. I see them as the living gods.
Okay.
So they were my revered gurus, and Kalakshetra is a temple to me. So when I see the revered gurus, that's the approach I had when I was with them. So my responsibility became double. In fact, so wherever I go, in fact, more than the awards, if you have noticed, I would have mentioned all my Acharya's name.
Yes,
I think that is the best award one disciple can get, because they were amazing. They do everything silently and they don't even make any noise, but they make sure the art is passed on to someone. See, that is the thing which made me to shape myself as an Acharya. I hope I do some justice towards it.
I think this set of girls here actually will stand testimony to you being the guru that they all want you to be.
Thank you.
And right, also the fact, the way, the passion with which she's talking about Kalakshetra and her foundation, right, actually helps us understand what tapas is to her. It is actually tapas. She is
Thank you.
doing that,
Thank
you know,
you. Thank you.
that is the tapas that she is doing so that the art form is passed on to generations. So as the artistic director of Tapas Cultural Foundation, how do you balance preserving classical purity? And this is something I personally want to know, because there is so much of contemporary relevance, there is so much of contemporary art. Some of it அது art தானானே சந்தேகறால ஆனா அது art அப்படி நம்ம சொல்லிக்கிறோம் இல்லையா? So how do you make it, can I also put it that way? Classical purity along with கொஞ்சம் ஜனரஞ்சகமா எப்படி பண்றது?
Contemporary art.
Contemporary art oda.
Well, the revolution happens, Nirupama. When we evolve with the ages, not only for a classical art, in any field you see, there is a revolution, there is an evolvement. In classical, what one has to catch hold of the classicism is, we should not forget the fundamentals.
Okay.
That has to be intact. இப்போ contemporary ideas பண்ணலாம், but movements வந்து வேற மாதிரி இருந்ததுன்னா, you would not be able to understand what it is, either Bharatanatyam or Kathak. Now it has become totally different. When contemporary now, they use all kind of movements.
Okay.
But what I do is, I have contemporary ideas, but I make sure they are very particular about their fundamentals. So that's why in Tapas we almost 10 years, even today when they go to, when they learn something new, they do their fundamentals. I make sure their ideas and views and the techniques are very strong, that even if they evolve with different ideas, that will be intact. So that is how my approach is towards the contemporary ideas.
I think one thing I observed when I walked into her chambers, they were waiting to do the performance. One thing I observed, getting the fundamentals right is, இப்போலாம் வந்து குரு பக்தி இஸ் நாட் சம்திங் தட் யூ see very often in this day and age. So she was, I think they were getting the salanga from her. அப்போது நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணின்னு தான் வாங்கிக்கிறாங்க. I don't think you demanded that from them. I'm sure you didn't demand that from them. But to actually do that, I'm able to see the answer. I'm able to relate it to that, because and keeping the classics, keeping the tradition intact, yet having those contemporary ideas. I think kudos to you for doing that.
Thank you.
And kudos to them for following you in your tradition, right?
Thank you.
Right. So we're going to talk about unique aesthetic signature. நீங்க பேசுறதே எனக்கு நிறைய விஷயத்துல பாவனையோட பேசுறீங்க, நிறைய you're emoting.
Actually, I'm controlling.
Right. So, how would you describe your personal style in Abhinaya, Nritta and stage presence?
As I said, we evolve with the ideas and views, isn't it? So, I'll just give you an idea which will make you understand what it is. It's like we compare whether they are good in Nritta. When we see a performer, they are good in Nritta or Abhinaya or stage presence. But today, at present, I think the children are giving more importance to Kalaripayattu and the gymming exercises, which is so intact within Nritta. Nritta is the movements which you do with the physique.
Okay.
Abhinaya is a movement where it's in a very simple language I just wanted to explain it. Abhinaya is something which is an exercise for the face. Okay. So before, it was like they used to mark a dancer like they are good in Nritta, they are good in Abhinaya. But today, every student is too good in Nritta because they have understood that stamina is very essential.
Okay.
But where they get caught is the Abhinaya, the facial expressions. So I actually give more importance to the stage presence, the Abhinaya and the Nritta equally. ஒரு சிம்பிள் லாங்குவேஜில் சொல்லணும்னா, ஒரு சாம்பாருக்கு நம்மளுக்கு ஸ்பைஸியாக இருக்கணும், சாராக இருக்கணும், சால்ட்டியாக இருக்கணும். சாம்பார் ஸ்பைஸியாகவே இருந்ததுன்னா அது சாம்பார் ஆகிடாது. ஸோ என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஃபார் எனி ப்ரெசன்டேஷன், all the three is important. At the same time, there should be aesthetic presentation. There should be a beautiful, graceful movement, an elegant movement where everybody can enjoy it. It should not be like I'm too good. There should be some bhakti, there should be some all the beautiness should be there while they present an art. And when they present it, the audience should really like to see the art. நல்லா இருக்கணும், அப்பா எப்படா அந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் முடியும், எப்படா கிளம்பணும், that should not be the essence. So aesthetic, at the same time right amount of nritta, abhinaya and the stage presence is essential nowadays, because the children have got immense exposure. They know right, wrong and everything. And it's a visual art, so you can't escape at all. Nowadays you have to have everything, but at the same time it has to be very aesthetically presented.
And everything is now on social media, captured so closely.
And you can also see the comment.
Mama.
So it's everything is there. You know, we don't need to wait for the Hindu review today.
Exactly.
It's instant. You capture, you put, you get the instant result. Yes.
And நீங்களும் உங்க ஆடியன்ஸை நல்லா தெரிஞ்சு வச்சிருக்கீங்க.
Yeah,
சாப்பாடு, டான்ஸ், டான்ஸ் மாத்திரம் பேசினா புரியாது, சாம்பாரை பத்தி பேசினா புரியுன்றதை நீங்க நல்லா தெரிஞ்சு வச்சிருக்கீங்க உங்க ஆடியன்ஸை. Very nice, right? Okay, so now that you've choreographed, you've spoken about Abhinaya and Nritta and what is important and all of that, I want to know about your choreographic process. What inspires your choreographic process? Is it the stories? Is it the music or emotions or social themes, right, that actually spark your creativity? Which one is it?
Well, this is something which I always keep on telling to everybody, is when you pick, what attracts me to be more creative is the history. I won't say even mythology, I'll say history.
Okay.
For instance, if you take Ramayanam, you have, everybody knows Rama, Sita and everything. But Valmiki Ramayanam is the pramanam, that is the root.
Okay.
So you have to dwell deep and find out the root to present something.
Okay.
That attracts me for my creativity. And the most important is the music. Right lyrics with right emotions, music is very, very essential. Music, why I say, is like, as we have a beautiful artist over here, she can very well relate it to it. Why I say music is, it's like, you know, the music should be very calm and subtle, where the lyrics has been enhanced.
Okay.
But nowadays the music has come out that we cannot follow the lyrics. We not be able to understand.
இதெல்லாம் கேட்காம இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்லதான் actually.
Because dance dramasல வந்து the lyrics is very important.
Yes.
But it's not being given. Nowadays it's not being given that much. So when I focus on my creativity, I make sure the lyrics has been heard. Only the right music can make the lyrics hear, right? You will be able to emote it even more better. So again, in a simple language la சொல்லணும்னா, music எப்படி இருக்கணும்னா, இளையராஜா music மாதிரி இருக்கணும், calmness கொடுக்கணும் மைண்டில். ஸோ அதனால I focus on music, the lyrics, and that will take me to the subject. I feel the subject is very important, scripting is important, lyrics is more important, and the music is important. Other things it will just fall in place. If these are things you have a clarity about it. The pramanam, it's not like, you know, right now we have so much of interpretations. In Ramayana we have so much of interpretation. இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கலாம், அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கலாம். No, the base is Valmiki. And if you have to take the right route, because it has to go to generation, you can't be giving a lot of description, then they'll get puzzled. It says that Sita is, for instance, you know, people say that Sita is very, you know, very sadhu and life. No, she's the most courageous girl. Women I've seen, she's the most courageous. And in fact, Rama loves Sita so much. Since the interpretation has gone in a different way, and where the children likes it. இப்போ the குழந்தைகள்லாம் அந்த feministலாம் இருக்கா இல்லையா, அவளுக்கெல்லாம் பிடிச்ச மாதிரி the art is just going on. That should not be there. So the root should be very strong, the lyrics should be strong, the music should enhance it. So that nice. Will only make me to go to a creative subject.
Very nice. So if any of us thought it was easy to put up a dance performance, you please think twice. There's so much of research that goes into it. There's so much of work that goes into it before she probably decides on a production. Just like a movie, நிறைய நாள் pre-productionே இருக்கும் இல்லையா உங்களுக்கு?
And in fact, when we take any production, we will shut ourselves down from this world. We go silently and we just
It
work.
is like a tapasya.
It is like a tapas. Art itself is a tapas. Maybe I have kept the name, as tapas, but every artist does tapas. I'm very sure of it.
Very nice. I guess only if you do that tapas, if you do that penance, that when you put in that effort, only then the higher form or இப்பெல்லாம் வந்து காட்னு சொல்றதுக்குமே கொஞ்சம் பயமா தான் இருக்கு. காட்னு சொன்னா உடனே அதுக்கு வேற ஒரு கலர் பூசிடுறா. So God or the higher form or the universe blesses you with whatever you want only if you are able to do that penance. Like you said, be it the art form, any art form for that matter. It could be a book author, it could be anybody for that matter. That was a lovely answer, and for me, who is not, I'm not a very well, I don't understand dance that much as a Bharatanatyam person. You are அதில் அப்படியே குளிச்சிருக்கீங்க, அதுலேயே முழுகிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. ஸோ எனக்கு அது அவ்வளோவா தெரியாதப்போ the answer that you gave me made me understand. A simple lay person like me is able to understand that it is nothing short of doing a complete PhD research before you actually put your pen to paper to do the production. I think that's a great thing that you're doing. So we've covered your inspirations in choreography, but coming to the actual tapas, the school, right? It is not just known as a dance school, but as a space which inspires discipline, empathy, and transformative learning, right? It completely transforms the other person, right? So what is that core philosophy that actually brings about this ecosystem where you're able to transform a human being into what they are today?
Well, it's a humongous work actually. When we started tapas, everybody will have a different goal, when we start something. But what we had, that is myself and my husband, what we had in mind is there should be some richness of Bharatiya Sanskriti.
Okay.
And the heritage, the culture and heritage has to be taught to the child. It has to be like 360 degree of education to a child.
Yes.
You just can't make them learn one art and say that you perform, it will be good. But they have to understand why they are learning, for what they are learning, and they should know the purpose. So it is like, since it is 360 degree, what we used to do is we used to have something called as Vatavriksha, where we teach them what Itihasa says, what Vedas and Upanishads say about it. And we take them to the temple, we take revered gurus with us, and we talk about the temples and how the temples are being built and by which king and how the deity is being. So these are the education, these are the simple things that we do, but we love doing it. So when we do this, we focus on everything, and at the same time we teach the art in a very nicer way. In fact, I always used to say, எவ்வளோ வாட்டி சொன்னாலும் I don't think so they will be able to understand unless or otherwise I stand by it. So I started to even leaving the slippers, I don't keep it somewhere because I asked them to keep the slippers in a row. So from there, in fact, everybody makes me fun, in tapas we have slipper culture. So that's very funny, but that's a small thing, but the children, they should know that this discipline starts from there, even from the little things. So that's why I say we focus on 360 degree, not only the art, and we do everything very silently. We have 3 segments: Tapas Cultural Foundation, where we give platforms to all the artists, where art has to be cherished together. It's not like nee perisala perisala. Everybody is loving the art passionately. Let's be together, and we do that for almost 19 to 20 years now. So we give platform to so many artists. In fact, we had music festival also, where Niki, the who's who has sung the first kacheri at Tapas festival. So this is something which we are really proud of. And even in Bharatanatyam, the stars today, they have first performed for Tapas Natya Utsavam. Nice. So we've been doing Tapas Cultural Foundation there, and Tapas Vatavriksha, where we teach, it's not about art, it's about Indian culture. We teach the children what Indian culture and the beautiful, the richness of our country. And we have something called as Tapas Sanskriti,
Okay.
where we want every child to read more, to dwell deep, and write paper presentation. And in fact, during the Corona time, you know, when the children were there, each child presented. We almost collected about 40 papers.
Oh, wow.
They did a little research on every art form and every, so that they get the 360 degree of understanding what they are learning and what they have to cherish. And probably, you know, it takes time, you know, it takes its own time. Teaching them perseverance and calmness and to be silently working hard is the key note for them to understand and realize what art they are learning. So that we have been doing it silently. I think there's a long way
So
to
it's
go.
been 20 years.
Yeah.
now, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's like a 2 decades. You know, very interesting you should say this, because when you start teaching or when you ask the children to do research at that age, imagine what they will grow up into, right? One is the deep-rooted research that they're able to do in whatever they are learning, in any art form that they are learning. Now, the other thing that I think kudos to you and Ashwin is the cultural platform. There are so many artists today who are so good but have no platform. They are like for want of a better word, the orphans of the art world. But you're able to be inclusive and give them a space there. And I think that is something that is very, very commendable. A round of applause to both Srimati Mahalakshmi and Shri Ashwin for doing that meticulously. So kudos to you both on that. So we've spoken about your choreography, tapas and all of that. Let's, a little bit of personal question that I want to ask you, right? So a lot of people as dancers ask about, you know, this performance that completely changed my life, or this particular scene that I did in a movie, right, completely changed my life, right? So can you talk to us about one moment in a concert or a stage performance that is still with you, is probably a very defining moment and that still stays with you in your mind at whatever age, it doesn't matter?
Okay. I'm glad you said that, whatever age. See, as I have mentioned that at the age of 4, I was taken to Kalakshetra to keep me shut. I used to talk a lot. I used to run a lot. So only the dance and the music made me, it made me feel what I am and to be very calm and keep, so that, you know, my mother, every time she takes me there, I used to see this Mahabhatabhishekam and I was totally in love with it, because it is that Vanaram, you know, the Hanumans with all the monkeys will come. So that is the best Mahabhatabhishekam I've ever seen, and it is always a dream come true for me if I perform a small role in it. It so happened that when I was my part-time first year, the Kutti Vanaram fell sick, and Rukmini Devi Atte, she was there. She's a Paramaguru. She's the founder of Kalakshetra. Everybody knows it. She said, "Da, inga va, adu pannu," abdina.
Okay.
So I did few somersault and I fell down. Balagopalan sir is a senior professor. He caught hold of me, and I was like cloud 9, because for me, you know, as I told you, he is Hanuman for me. I haven't seen Hanuman. For me, he is Hanuman. So the Hanuman caught hold of me. So this is where I belong, and this is what I should take it serious. So that is a quite emotional moment, and that somersault is the best performance of mine. Because every guru saw that. So that is the best performance for me.
Imagine a stalwart like her who has seen thousands of stages, given I don't know how many performances, and now says, when I was 4, I did that somersault and that's my best performance. I think the devotion and the love for the art that you have is just shining through the way you speak about it, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's just absolutely divine to just பேசாம கேள்வியெல்லாம் வச்சுட்டு நீங்கள் பேசிகிட்டே இருங்கோம்ல நான் கேட்டுட்டே இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு கேட்கலாமான்னு இருக்கு.
Thank you.
You're just emoting just the way you speak. Your students are quite lucky.
Thank you.
எனக்குலாம் I'm nearing 50 இல்லைன்னா போய் சேர்ந்துருவேன் பேசாம கற்றுக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. Right?
She's very kind actually. Thank you.
No, it is. It's quite true. It's shining through. The passion is just shining through,
Thank you.
actually. So, let's talk about challenges. இப்போ எல்லாமே நம்ம நிறைய நல்லது பேசிட்டோம். What are those, or what is that one greatest challenge that young dancers face today? And how do you help them, move over it and guide them through that?
The youngsters, they've got everything what they want. In fact, youngstersக்கு தான் நிறைய ஸ்டேஜ் இப்போ இருக்கு.
Okay.
கூப்பிட்டு we give chances. But what they miss is they miss seeing all the great people perform.
Okay.
I recommend every youngsters to go and watch whoever it is. When the senior artists are performing, I think it is compulsory for every child to go and watch that. They have a network, like the specific teacher specific performance. That should not be the idea. They have to see everything and they have to observe everything. The more they observe, that's what learning
The
about.
learning is, yeah.
All through your life you're going to learn something. So chalo what, you learn everything. In the world is so beautiful. You learn everything. And தமிழ்ல சொல்றது நான் கற்றது கைமண் அளவு. So I encourage all my children to go and watch every performance. I also want every teacher to encourage them so that they get a different perspective, different ideas to continue. First thing. And the second thing, they always wanted a short fame. See, nothing is that easy. You have to really work hard. Today you will get performance, tomorrow you will not get it. So what? You practice daily. You just have to practice daily. It's the daily practice is a must. It's like you should have that fire inside you. Every day you have to practice. Sometimes, when I get time, I just do my practice in front of Nataraja. I think that is the most difficult one. I feel so scared to even do it because he's omnipresent, of course I know that, but still, in front of Nataraja, in front of the deity I pray, I do it with all my... so that is very important for nowadays children. Even if they don't have a platform, don't worry, just practice in your classroom, which is a temple, and practice in front of the two things which is very important. One is they have to go to all the performances. Second, they have to practice daily.
Excellent.
Because when you practice something, you will learn a lot of things. The third thing is, which is very, very essential for nowadays the children, when they learn something in different workshop, they like to immediately present it. But rather they don't self-realize it or internalize what they have been taught and how we have to put it. I think these are the things which is missing. So when they perform, it's nice. But when they perform the same item in a different place, before and all, if my guru perform one specific varnam, for so many times I'll be seeing different hands, different way of interpretation. But nowadays it's not like that. It's like it's one show where the next show you're going to perform the same thing. That's not the thing. That is, they have to internalize whatever they have learnt, and they have to do in practice. These are the things I feel that they are missing. And for my children, what you asked me, the second one, right? What
do you do to guide them through?
To guide them, it's very simple. Don't go behind opportunities. You just work hard. Opportunity will fall. Just be calm. Do your work. That's it. That's the thing I ask them to do it.
Great. So in the varsham we are nearing Margazhi Mahotsavam. So ஒரு தபஸ் இது பண்ணி எக்ஸ்கர்ஷன் பண்ணிடலாம் எல்லா சபாலையும் வில் டூ ஆல் த டான்ஸ் பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸஸ் போய் பார்த்துட்டு வந்துடலாம்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஐ திங்க் வி ஷுட் டூ தட்.
இது கிண்டலா சொல்றீங்களா?
இல்ல நிஜமாவே சொல்றேன். டேக்கிங் இட் ஃப்ரம் வேர் யூ ஆர். எல்லா ஸ்கூல்லயும் எக்ஸ்கர்ஷன் வண்டலூர் ஜூக்கே கூட்டின்னு போயிட்டு இருக்கா. திரும்பி those animals are also bored seeing us actually. Let us not be bored. Those animals are bored seeing us now. We should do something different.
Yeah, I strongly feel that every child has a unique talent, not everything we can teach. There are unique talents. You need to find out what it is and embrace it. So that's how learning comes.
So Ashwin வீட்டில் ஒரு ஆமீர் கானை வச்சுட்டு உட்காந்துருக்கீங்க. Very nice. Right. And sadly, I'm coming to the last question. While I don't want to finish this because I love the way you're talking.
Thank
Just
you.
one last question to her is, if you can present, given a choice, if you could present one dream production on a global stage with unlimited resources.
Unlimited resources.
Adedam. Unlimited resources. What would you create and why would you do that?
One is something which is beyond our thoughts, we know it's not that easy, but we have started preparing for it. Shashireka Parinayam, it's Maya Bazaar, where the magic is involved on stage. We love to present that. The next is, we love this country so much that Bankim Chatterjee's Anand Mat Vande Mataram. These are the two things which we love to do it, and I hope I get that unlimited resources.
My wish for you is that,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
that you
Thank
get
you.
all that unlimited resources.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you
we
so much.
get to see that art that you want to present
Thank
with
you.
so
Thank
much
you very
passion.
much.
So that brings us to the end of this edition with Srimati Mahalakshmi Ashwin. I think she deserves a standing ovation for what she is.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
the work she has done for the art form. I present to all of you Srimati Mahalakshmi Ashwin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.